Hi there, welcome to my YouTube channel. So I have another card to share with you this week. This is my project I made for this week's Simon Says Stamp Wednesday challenge. Our challenge this week is Shimmer and Shine, and we are featuring products from Gina K Designs. So I wanted to give these adhesive transfers a try. I had never used these before, but I thought they were a really cool concept. They looked a lot of fun. And I had all these scraps left over in these pretty colors from some envelopes that I made for my mom that day or the day before or something. So I thought it'd be fun to combine the two. So I'm going to kind of shift gears here in a minute, but for now I'm just cutting out what pieces I thought I wanted to use. And that's what it says on the instructions. You cut out which pieces you want to use, and then it says to light actually I'll get into that when I get to that point. But you're going to see here I'm going to realize that I can't really do anything with them until I make my background anyway. So I'm going to switch gears and move on to creating my background. Yeah, so I made these envelopes for my mom in these fun colors, and I just happen to have these 5 strips of 1/4-inch cardstock, and I thought it would be a cool idea to make a background out of it. And I know this is not a new concept, but I've never done this, and it was actually fun. I enjoyed it. It went pretty quick, and I love the colors. So I thought after the fact I probably could have used the new micro dot sheets from Simon Says Stamp, but I didn't think of it at the time, so I'm just using my craft glue here. So I went ahead and took those bigger chunks and I cut them down so they're all 1/4 inch, and I'm just gluing them in a nice little fun rainbow pattern here. These colors are so fun. I actually just enjoy watching this process. I love seeing the colors on the side and then the background too. So you're going to see a little bit of white on the 2 corners. I'm not worried about those because I knew I was going to cut it down a little bit. And I didn't even want to cut it down. I thought it was cool. It looked kind of cool with, with the way the paper was hanging off the background. But, you got to do what you got to do. So I'm going to trim it down and make it 4 inches by 5 1/4. Yes, and there's my little troublemaker, Loki. He loves to see what I'm doing all the time. Actually, he's a little, I'll keep it PG. He's a little brat. As soon as I get out of my chair, every time, never fails, he steals my chair. And then I don't have the heart to move him, so then I end up standing for the rest of my whatever I'm doing in my craft room. Oh, he's lucky I love him. And so I have all these little scraps. I'm going to use this cool little vacuum I got for $5 at Target. It just plugs into my light, just a USB plug, but I love it. I think it's perfect for my desk. I had to share that. So now I'm moving back to the adhesive transfers, and it says you're going to pull the backing off of each design and then just lightly press it onto your cardstock. And I had no idea if this was going to turn out because of my background. I figured I might as well give it a shot. If it works, great. If it doesn't, at least now I know not to do it on a background like this that isn't smooth. So I'm lighting it up, and I'm just going to lightly press it onto my background. Make sure it's nice and straight with my handy little T-ruler there. And then I'm going to run it through my laminator. Actually, I use my Mink machine, but it's the same thing. So now that I've ran it through my Mink machine, I'm going to take off that top piece, and you can see where the adhesive is on your background. And now you're just going to choose which foil you want to use and then run it through the machine again. So I decided to use this silver sequins foil by Deco Foil and Gina K. And I'm just going to cut it to the exact size that I need. I was trying to avoid, I didn't want to get any transfer where I didn't want it, so I'm just eliminating that possibility by cutting it to the exact size that I need. Now I'm going to run it through my machine again, and I'm going to burnish it a little bit because I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know if, it was going to pull off, but it turned out so awesome. I love how this looks. I love how shiny it is and sparkly, and it's just everything I had hoped it would be. I absolutely loved it. And I didn't know, like I said, I didn't know what to expect. So if I would have known how much I was going to love it, I would have put the extra stars that I'm going to add. I would have done it all at once. But that was another kind of option to try to see if it was going to work or not, because I'm going to run it through again with some additional stars, and I just didn't know what it was going to do or how it was going to turn out. But this was kind of my guinea pig card to see what would happen. So I love it so much, I'm going to use it on the inside of the card too. I'm going to just do the same process. I took the background off, and I had a little extra. I didn't quite cut it to size, so I just trimmed the extra off there. And I'm just going to lightly press it in place and then run it through my ink machine again. And I'm going to leave this part in because I was trying to show you what happened when I ran it through a second time. It just, where the paper crease is, it kind of warped it a little bit. It looks like it removed some of the foil, but it was very minor. I mean, wasn't that noticeable, and I still loved it. But like I said, I would have done them all at once had I known I was going to love it so much. But if you had a smooth background with, didn't have a bunch of paper glued together, I think it would have maybe looked better. But because I had all those creases where the different papers were, it kind of foiled in one of the creases there, if that makes sense. All right, so, and I still had to run it through again. That was just the first time running it through to get the adhesive on the background. But see, it kind of cracked the foil there. It's okay. I wasn't worried about it. I just wanted to show you what it did. But now I have my additional stars there. And here I did get some extra foil on the background, so I'm going to try a couple different erasers and just see which one works the best. I have the adhesive remover, I have just a white eraser, and then I have my sand eraser too. And I think just the white eraser worked the best, I would say. I used the sand eraser a little bit, but it was in that crease again, and that's the only place I really couldn't get it out very well. But all the additional foil I was able to remove quite easily. All right, so I already ran this through the first time to get the adhesive on the cardstock. So now I'm just adding the foil to it. I used the Twinkling pink foil for the inside, which I think is very pretty. And I think they work well together. They both have the same kind of sparkle in them. Now I'm going to run it through my ink machine again in the transfer foil, of course, or the transfer folder. And look how pretty that is. Not a single spot of extra foil anywhere that I didn't want it. There was another adhesive transfer that I thought about putting on the back. It said, I think it was made with love, but for some reason, I didn't want to press my luck. I mean, this was kind of my guinea pig card, so I don't know why I didn't. All of a sudden, I chickened out, and I didn't want to ruin the inside, so I didn't use it. But I wish I would have at least tried it to see what, if anything would have happened to the inside of the card now that I had a smooth background. Oh well, next time, I guess. So I'm just using my Barely Art craft glue to glue my card front on my card base here. And then I'm just going to add a couple little jewels to it to add some more sparkle and shine. Isn't that pretty? I love how this turned out. I was very happy with this card. Metallic silver jewels are what I added to the front there by Pretty Pink Posh. And that is it. That is my card for this week. So I thank you so much for watching. If you want more information on this card or the challenge, please head over to my blog. All of the supplies I used are listed and linked in the video description below. And I hope to see you guys next week. Thanks for watching. Thanks again for watching. If you enjoyed what you just watched, there are a couple additional videos on screen here that you might want to check out. Just click on the video and it'll take you right to it.